Hey friends, so let's do another Adventures in Tone. In this video I want to really talk about what you can do with your hands to get different tone. The standard argument on tone is whether it's either the equipment or the player. And I'll tell you scientifically, the player, huge part of getting tone. Some tricks you can play, and again I'm trying to scientifically show that what's happening and why it works. Where you pluck on the string is going to influence what sort of harmonics go into the string vibration and then what comes out of the amplifier and gets into your ears. So I've got a PRS 245 here. This is their Les Paul sort of styled guitar. And I'm still running into 20th anniversary for the amp sim. And over the left I've got the Fast Fourier transform. So I'm just going to pluck on the string here, and you can sort of see these frequencies coming through. Turn up the tone knob. So you can see the frequencies coming through and you can hear the tone. Now I'm going to affect the tone just by changing where I'm picking on the string. Lots more high frequencies getting injected. If I pick up here, if I go over here, high frequencies are dropping out. And a couple of odd things are happening. You can actually alter which frequencies might drop out almost entirely by where you pick. So for instance, here is about 1/4 of the scale length of the open string. So it's actually going to take out all the multiples of 4. So they're going to be at much lower levels. So you can see the 4th harmonic, much lower, 8th, and same down there. If I go over here, 4th harmonic's back in. And if I can get this right, about here, try to find it. Somewhere here I'm dropping out 3rd harmonic. There we go. So where you pick on the string makes a big impact to the tone. And if you watch any of the great players, either old footage or watch them play live, you may see them moving their hand very slightly back and forth to find different spots with different tones. So what they're doing, listening very carefully to what's coming out of the amplifier, and then probably just through tons of practice and instinct and habit, shifting very slightly where they're picking to get a different tone. Pick angle, all sorts of things like that are going to affect it. Years ago, one of the albums that sort of blew my mind was ZZ Top's Degruelo, where you know that Billy Gibbons must have been just working for weeks and weeks and weeks, locked in a room somewhere, fiddling around, doing pinch harmonics and squeals, and figuring out what he could do. And really learning how to play, and that's where I think he really built up his tone chops. Same thing with Steve Vai's Flexible album. You know, dude was locked away fiddling and fiddling and fiddling, and he figured some stuff out. Other tricks you can play, a little bit of palm mute is going to knock out the high frequency. So no palm mute, just a little bit. I'm going to try to keep it gentle. So you've got palm mute and tone knobs. If you're not using your tone knobs, fiddle around. They're actually pretty cool. They're going to roll off the high frequency. So this is all the way up. I'll roll it down a little bit. Roll it down a little bit more. Roll it all the way off. So there are limits to this, obviously. If you've got a nylon string ukulele, it's going to sound like a nylon string ukulele. If you've got a Les Paul going through a Marshall stack, it's going to sound like a Les Paul going through a Marshall stack. But within the confines of whatever equipment you've got, where you pluck on the string, angle the pick, how hard you hit, all that stuff is going to affect your tone. And so when people say, oh, you can tell a player's tone just from playing and you can distinguish, absolutely. Hardware matters a little bit. The player, what you do with your hands, huge. And so I hesitate to give strong advice because I'm not a hotshot Nashville guitarist. I'm not a super guitar player, but I do some science, and you know, I'm strictly rhythm man. I'm not going to make you cry or sing, but I can do the math. And so when you're playing, try fiddling around with the pick angle, see if you can affect your tone, and then push it towards whatever tone it is that you're looking for. All right, and that's adventure for today. We'll do some more another day.